Hi students, welcome to online class. So today in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 4 algorithmic strategies. So last video we have discussed about what is mean by algorithm, and then we have discussed about the characteristics of algorithm. So now in this video we are going to discuss about how to write an algorithm. So we are going to discuss about writing an algorithm. So algorithms are generic and not limited to computer alone. So you might be thinking that algorithm means we want to use only computer. Without the help of the computer we cannot write the algorithm. No, it is wrong. Actually, algorithm means it's a step-by-step instruction. It may be written without the help of computer. It is not limited to computer alone. So that is what they are saying. It can be used in various real-time activities also. So various real-time activities means, see, in our real life, whatever the process we are doing, whatever the actions we are performing, in all the actions, in all the activities, we are following the algorithm. We are performing the algorithm. See here, knowingly or unknowingly, we perform many algorithms in our daily life. Knowingly or unknowingly, we perform many algorithms in our daily life, such as packing the books in the school bag. See, whenever a kindergarten student, or else you no need to take a kindergarten student. So, see, whenever you studied 3rd standard or 4th standard, what your parents instructed you, what your teachers instructed you to do. So before going to the school, so tomorrow you are going to the school means today in the night itself or in the evening you want to pack your bag. So you want to pack your bag in the sense you want to see what are all the books we want to take tomorrow and what are all the homework you should have completed. So like that we want to arrange, we want to prepare for the next day school. So there we want to follow the algorithm. What are all the books we needed? So first period, it's a maths period. Second period, it's a science period. So what are all the things that are needed for that particular subject? So like that, preparing or packing the books in the school bag. Finding a shortest path to search a place. So there also we follow some algorithm. Scheduling day-to-day activities. So this is a very good example. You might understand easily. See, whenever you are studying 10th standard or 9th standard, whenever you are going for a public exam, your parents or your teachers, they may give some guidance. At this particular time, you should wake up from the bed, and then you want to ease yourself. Then you want to take your books and then you want to start studying from 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock you want to study. Then 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock you want to prepare for the school. Then 8 o'clock you want to come to the school. So like that there will be some schedule. What are all the activities you want to perform? After 5 o'clock when you come home, 5 to 6, that is entertainment time or rest time. You want to take some rest. After 6 o'clock, 6 to 7, this subject you want to study. 7 to 8, this particular subject you want to prepare. Like that they used to give. So the day-to-day activities, they used to call it as habitual activity. So preparing for the examination, how to prepare for the exam, how to prepare the timetable. So there also we follow algorithm, right? Step by step instruction, right? See, as we know that all the programming languages share basic code constructs like conditions, iterations, can be used to write an algorithm. See, there is no differences in C language and C++ language. I mean, there are some differences, but what are all the things you are studying in C language, the same concepts are involved in C++ also. For example, you might have studied for loop and then while, do while. All these particular loops are also involved in the C++ language. And then you can compare C++ and Java also. What are all the conditions, what are all the loopings you are studying, what are all the concepts such as identifiers, constants. The same things are again you can see in Java programming language also. You can see the same thing in Python programming language also. See, all the programming languages share the same code structure, but somehow slightly differed. In C language, we use scanf, printf, input output. When you go for the C++, we use cin, cout, input output. So like that, each and every language, some differences are there, but major coding structures are same. See, a typical algorithm is shown in the following figure. You see this? So we are giving the input and then it is processed and then the output is shown. So you might have studied in 11th itself. Whenever we give the input is processed by the computer and then we are getting the output. The same concept is given here. Whenever we give the input, the algorithm will process that and then it shows the output. Right. Let's see an example, a real-time example. Consider the example of coffee preparation. So I think everybody like to drink coffee. Yes. So to make coffee, we need to have the following ingredients. What are all the ingredients we need to make a coffee? So what are all the ingredients? Water, milk, coffee powder and sugar. So these are all the input. These ingredients are called the input, such as water, milk, coffee powder and then sugar. So these ingredients are the inputs of an algorithm. So whenever we combine all these ingredients together, we are doing some process. So that is called preparing a cup of coffee. So that is called process. So that is called process. And then whatever you get, that is called the output. The output what we receive from the process. So that is called output, that is called coffee here. Because we are going to prepare the coffee. So the output of this process is called the coffee. So input is the ingredients what we use for preparing the coffee, and then whenever we prepare a cup of coffee, that process, that is called the process, and then we receive the output as called as coffee. Right. I think you might have understood this. Input and then that is process and then it is received as an output. Right. What is the procedure for preparing the coffee? Whether I can combine all together and then I can say that this is coffee. If I combine water, milk and then I pour the sugar and then powder without mixing or without doing anything, can you say that that is coffee? No. We want to follow some instruction. We want to follow some steps. So there we are writing an algorithm. What are the instructions we should follow for preparing the coffee? The procedure for preparing the coffee. So what is the procedure? So take a bowl with a coffee powder. Take a bowl with the coffee powder. Then at the same time you want to boil the water. So I want to take a bowl with coffee powder. It should be kept separately. And at the same time I should boil the water in another bowl. And then I want to pour the water into the bowl. The bowl already contains the coffee powder. So then I want to filter it. Now the water and then coffee powder is mixed together. and then I want to filter, because some of the particles which are not needed for ourselves, that may be inside the coffee powder, or else some particles which should be filtered, right? Then you want to boil the milk in another bowl, then you want to mix the sugar and filtered coffee along with the boiled milk. So I want to take the sugar, and then based on the coffee powder and then milk, I want to mix the sugar 1 or 2 teaspoons. Then I want to filter the coffee, that filtered coffee and then boiled milk. All these 3 things, sugar, filtered coffee and then boiled milk, are mixed together, and then I want to pour the coffee into a cup to serve to the guest. So these 6 steps should be followed. These 6 steps are called algorithm. This is called algorithm, a step-by-step instruction. If you don't follow the step-by-step instruction, if you are not following, if you are doing in a reversible manner, or if you are not following the steps in a proper manner, then the output is not a coffee, it is something else. Yes, everybody will laugh at you. This is not a coffee, this is something else, like that. So we want to follow the step-by-step instruction, right? I think you might have understood this real-time example. So this kind of procedure can be represented using an algorithm. Thus the algorithm consists of step-by-step instructions. Algorithm contains the step-by-step instructions that are required to accomplish a task and helps the programmer to develop the program. So for doing some particular task, for performing some task, we want to follow the step-by-step instruction that will help the programmer to develop the program, right? So another example is given: designing an algorithm to find the square of the given number and display the result. So how to find out the square? So what is the step 1? Step 1, we want to start the process. Step 1, we want to start the process. Step 2, get the input. So without getting the number, you cannot find out the square of the number. Without getting the number, we cannot find out the square of the number. So after that, you want to find out the square. How to find out the square? Square means you want to multiply the input value. You want to multiply the input value with the same value, that is x into x. That is x into x. So the input is multiplied twice. Then you want to display the result square, because the value is stored in square. Then last process is stop. So thus we find out the square of the given number, right? This is the algorithm, but this is not a program. For that we want to, this algorithm is taken as a instruction, and then this is implemented in program. It may be implemented in C language or C++ or Python, like that we want to implement in any programming language, right? Algorithm could be used to get a solution of a given problem. So the problem is given, and then using the algorithm we can find out some solution. After that we want to take it as a program. Algorithm should be implemented in a programming language to get the correct result, whether the algorithm is working or not, whether the problem is solved or not, right? So algorithm is simply a theoretical part. We want to implement in a practical manner, that is programming language. A problem can be solved in many ways. Among many algorithms, the optimistic one can be taken for implementation. So the algorithms are the optimistic one. Optimistic one means it is the easier one, and then it can be taken for implementing the problem. That is solving the problem we can implement through algorithm. So the problem can be solved through the algorithm, right? Then see that another 2 mark, it's an important 2 mark. The algorithm that yields expected output for a valid input is called algorithmic solution. So what is mean by algorithmic solution? In the last video itself, we have another on 2 mark. We have discussed algorithmic strategy. So like that, this is also another important 2 mark. Algorithmic solution. So whenever the algorithm that yields, that gets the expected output for the valid input, then that is called algorithmic solution. So compulsorily, whenever we give the input, we should get the correct output. Then only that particular algorithm is a correct algorithm. Whenever I am going to find out the square of the number, whenever I give a number called 2, what is the square of 2? So 2 2s are 4. So I should get the output as 4. But if I get the output as 8 or any other number, then that is not a correct algorithm. So whenever we give some input, the algorithm should give the expected output. That is the correct output. Then that is called algorithmic solution. Right. Let's see the difference between algorithm and program. This is also another important topic. What is the difference? State the difference between algorithm and program. What is algorithm? We know very well that algorithm helps to solve the given problem logically, and it can be contrasted with the program. So logically we can solve through algorithm. Logically we can solve through algorithm. But what about program? Program is an expression of algorithm in a programming language. See, algorithm is a thing which is given in a written, which is given in words, which is expressed only in words. It is printed in it is represented in logical manner. But what about program? Program is a thing which is going to be executed in any one programming language in a systematic manner. Right? See here, algorithms can be categorized based on their implementation methods and design techniques. There are different types of algorithms are there. There are different techniques are there. For example, there are some searching algorithms are there. There are some sorting algorithms are there. To arrange the data, to search a particular data, we use some several techniques. We use some several methods. What about program? So program also, there are different types of programs are there. See, structured programming, object oriented programming. You have studied structured programming. C programming language is a structured programming, whereas C++ is a object oriented programming. So algorithm also contains some methods and design techniques. Like that, program also contains some approaches, that is programming approaches are there, such as structured programming, object oriented programming. But we are going to implement the algorithm in programming. See here, algorithm can be implemented by structured or object oriented programming approach. Right. There is no specific rules for algorithm writing, but some guidelines should be followed. So whenever we are writing the algorithm, there is no some specific rules we want to follow, but some guidelines we need to follow. Not a big rule. We want to obey that particular rules and regulations, not any protocols. But whenever we are writing programming language, we should follow the protocol. We should follow the rules and regulations. They used to called syntax. So without writing the program with specific syntax, we cannot create the program. So it always shows error. Right. Then algorithm resembles pseudocode which can be implemented in any language. So algorithms are also like a pseudocode only. So it is a pseudocode is also a theoretical one. It is written in a step-by-step instruction. It resembles algorithm and pseudocode are more or less same, and then it will be implemented in one language. But program is more specific to a programming language. Whenever we are writing a program in C language, we want to follow the rules and regulations as per C language. whenever we are writing the program in C++, we want to follow the syntax as per C++, right? So I think you might have understood all these concepts, how to write an algorithm. I think I have explained about the real-time example for writing an algorithm, and then we discussed about the differences between algorithm and program. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.